There comes a time in our career when we feel that things are not working. And when things are not working, you may not be feeling very passionate about your job or career. You may not even be feeling like you want to report to that office. And even sometimes the interaction with the colleagues, the clients may not be as good. And when it reaches this stage, sometimes we start to question ourselves. Are things working? What can I do to better my career? What can I do to better my job? Will things be always the same? Do I need to change employers? So today, if you're in that situation, I want to address this issue of how do you find focus and purpose in your career? And for those of us who are unhappy, for those of us who are questioning whether we are making the right career decision, then this video is for you. And the best part or the best way to approach this situation is, number one, for you to reframe the way you think about your career. What do I mean? Many a times we compare ourselves with others. We look at our friend who has just been promoted, a friend who's working for this very big company, or a friend who looks like they are making money, which we are not. And that can affect us. So when you're thinking about focus and purpose in your career, look inwards first. It's about your happiness. It's about what you can do to improve the situation. And it's not so much about other people. The other thing I would want you to think about is, when you're thinking about focus and purpose in your career, don't think about the big changes. Why? Again, a lot of us, our goals, sometimes we come up with goals which are really big. They're out there. And when you compare with where we are, it can be very frustrating. So a case in point, you could be earning a certain salary and you want that salary to change 2-3 times. Yes, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible for you to earn 3 times even your pay, but there are certain things you need to do. You need to also be patient. And that can come in between us feeling happy. It can come in between us feeling like things are not working in our career if we are fixated on a very big goal. So my advice to you then is, make piecemeal changes. Okay? And the more the changes, the smaller the changes are, the better for you, because you'll not feel overwhelmed. It will be easy for you to execute. So how do you find focus and purpose in your career? I have some good tips for you, and these are tips I've learned from interacting with professionals who are very successful in their field, and people who are going places. So if you want to go places, if you want to be successful in your career, if you want to feel challenged, if you want to feel like you're making an impact, then please implement these tips. And tip number one is, pick an area to improve on, one at a time. So like I said, a lot of us have goals. It could be you want to change company where you are working. It could be you want to earn a higher salary. It could be you want to, increase your skill set. I mean, the reality is, the more areas you pick, the more confusion there will be, and the higher the likelihood that you'll not be able to do anything. Think about the New Year resolutions. The reason why they don't work is, most of the time, at the beginning of the year, we make all these many promises to ourselves and even to other people. So you find if you made 5 promises, the probability of you succeeding is very minimal. As opposed to if you had just picked on one area, you say, let me work on this area from January to February, and then March, I'll also pick up on another area. That way, it will be possible for you to get to the destination that you want to be. So having picked on an area, then the next thing you do is that you should take small steps. Handle each day at a time. For example, if you're looking for a higher pay, if you're looking to transition to this multinational, the reality is there are certain things that you need to do. You'll have to look at, do you have the right qualifications? Do you need to edit your CV, to make sure that it's marketing you? Do you have to attend a short course, let's say public speaking, so that you can be able to gain confidence when you're interacting with your colleagues and even the higher ups? So The best part about taking the small steps is you gain confidence along the way. You know, there's a proverb that says, what is the best way to eat an elephant? And they say it's one bite at a time. And it's possible. You see, an elephant, I understand, is like 5,000 kgs. And if you take 1 kg a day, it's possible for you. Yes, it will take a bit of time, but it's possible for you to do what? Even to eat that elephant. So that's the same way I would want you to think about the changes that you're looking to make in your career. The other tip I have for you is that be prepared for change. Now, whenever we are looking at improving ourselves, whenever we are looking at something, to do something to better ourselves, then we undergo change. And the way I've seen it is, you've thought about this destination, and there are a lot of things that can happen within the journey. And one of it is it would either affirm that you're taking the right, you're making the right decision, or you might find along the way that even what I was targeting, it's not worth. I'll give you an example. Most of us want to earn a higher pay. Salary is, it's an issue we can discuss every day. But you find the question is, are you willing to pay the price that comes with higher responsibility, with higher responsibilities? Because it's given. With more salaries, you'll have higher responsibility. You'll probably become a manager, you'll be heading a department. Are you prepared, to compromise even on your work-life balance? So when you become prepared for any change, then you're able to understand, this is the price that I have to pay. So therefore, you are in a better position to make an informed decision, and you not just be attracted by this big goal that you are pursuing. The other thing, when you talk about you being prepared for change, is to know that yes, it's a possibility you might reach that destination and you no longer find it interesting. So case in point, you may be going for this holiday Mombasa, and there's all that you had thought about this hotel and how much you're going to have fun. But you reach there, the weather is too hot, or the hotel is not to your liking. It's a possibility. Even that is also a possibility when it comes to our careers. So whether it's that high salary you are targeting, or this multinational company, it's possible for you to reach there and wonder, where was I working this hard? Is it worth? So be open. What I'm proposing to you then is be open whenever you are looking to make changes, whenever you are looking to focus or finding your purpose. I would also encourage you to find mentors and coaches. And the company I work for, Corporate Staffing Services, we offer coaching and mentoring for people who are in leadership position. And reason being, whatever you're going through, you're not the first person or the last person to go through that. So whether it's how you can grow to the next level of your career, whether how to handle your boss, how to package yourself, improve on your personal brand, there are others who've gone through that. And instead of you trying, hit or miss, you can approach these people and they'll tell you, guess what? This is what I did to be where I am. So if you're a lady and you're watching this video and wondering, how do you become a CEO in a very competitive world where a lot of opportunities, especially at the C-suite level, they're still offered to men? So instead of going for a man, look at someone who has succeeded, a lady who has succeeded, and she'll be able to give you tips and even share with you the journey they took and the price even they had to pay and what it has taken them to be where they are. And that way, you'll be able to shorten the period and you will not incur the many mistakes that I see people making. On to my last tip. Sometimes you have to change the environment. If things are going to work, if you're going to find focus and purpose in your career, you've got to look at the environment you are at. Is it a supportive environment? Is it an environment that will enable you to be able to reach the goals that you're aspiring to? Now, unfortunately, there are instances where the environment can be the biggest hindrance. If that's the case with you, you've tried to make things change, in your organization, if you try to make things change with your boss, then I would say don't be hard on yourself. It just means that you're in the wrong environment. I was having this conversation with the HR manager, and he was telling me that every year, the company is being taken to the Ministry of Labor. The employees are always going to the Labor office to complain, and he's trying to do everything. He's trying to put in the systems and the processes, but the directors themselves, they don't want to be compliant with the labor laws. And so I was helping these individuals through our coaching session, and I just looked at him and I asked him, are you in the right environment, and what do you think is going to happen? And finally it made sense to him that there was nothing wrong with him. It's only that the environment he had was not supportive, and if things went that way, he was even going to mess up his career. So the challenge also now is for you. You might be having the skills, you might be having the zeal, you might be passionate about what you do, but if the environment is not supportive, then it's not that you are giving up. It's only that you have to find an environment that is enabling. So that's what I had for you. So when it comes to focus and purpose, my final advice is don't overthink. The most important thing is keep looking at your career or job and figure out how you can make it better. Start small, start making small changes, embrace change, and I can assure you that your job and career, they'll turn out to be interesting and you thrive as opposed to surviving. Thank you for watching.